Welcome, this is yoga. Go ahead and have a block and either a strap or a ring in case you need it. Then we're going to start today with our legs nice and long, right out in front of us. Extend your arms out and start lifting up one hip and then your other hip, just side to side, little wiggle type motions. While you're here, see if you can kind of consciously move your flesh out of the way so you're just on your seat bones. And then come to a nice, comfortable seated position. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, deep breath in. Exhale, fold it down. Just see how far you can go when you fold. Inhale up, exhale, fold down. We're starting with that breath work. And that breath can really help you increase your range of motion if you work your way into it. Sometimes just trying to go straight into something isn't always the best, unless it's cold water. I've heard studies that if you're jumping in cold water, it's better than gradually trying to get into it. So sometimes you want to gradually get into things, but then other times, cognitively speaking, it's better to just jump right in. Yoga is not necessarily one of those things. We're going to take our time breathing into this. All right, now, the next time that you fold in, see if you can catch your feet. If it's hard for you to catch your feet, you can grab that strap or a ring. Now I want you to go back into those side-to-side movements of lifting up one hip and the other hip. Again, consciously trying to move that flesh out of the way. And then come to a nice solid position. You can keep moving that flesh as you progress if you want to. Try to keep holding your hands onto your feet. And we're going to go back into that breath work, but keeping your hands onto your feet. Inhale, lift up the head. Exhale, bow back into it. Inhale, lift up through the chest, through the chin. Exhale, bow into it. And let that exhalation get you as deep as comfortable for you. This is a leg stretch, but it's also a back stretch. You might be feeling that stretch in your low back. Trying to get deeper if that's comfortable for you every time that you fold. Good, 2 more, and then we're gonna stay folded down. All right, the next time that you're in this fold, stay here. Go back into those hip lifts, side to side, just little rocks, side to side. Folding as low as you can comfortably into your legs. Keep shifting those hips side to side until you feel like you're really open through those seat bones. And then just stay here, breathe 5 deep breaths. Okay, now we're gonna lift up, we're gonna bend just one knee, lower down, and then your other knee, lower down. So we're bending one side and the other side. Keep getting low and breathing, folding into this. Good, just bend one knee and then the other knee, side to side. That low back should really start feeling stretched out right now. Good. Okay, now, forgot to tell you, bring your block near you. If it's not near you already, have it near you. Keep going in these side to side bends. Good. Now we're going to keep just your right knee bent. Put your block under the right knee to keep it bent. And then start focusing all of your attention onto your other side. So block goes on one side, bent knee, and then shift both hands over to your long leg on that other side. That block under the knee is just helping you remember. And then we're hugging onto this other foot. If it's hard for you to catch your foot, grab your ring here. Breathe into it. The leg that you have the foot on is straight, super straight. Good. 3 more deep breaths, just like this. And then we're going to twist over to the side. So keep hugging here. Another 3, 2. And now whatever leg is straight, take that same arm and stretch it all the way to the other end of the room, but keep leaning forward into the long leg in front of you. 5 more deep breaths. Fold down, but reach back. Good. On the exhalation, bring it back to center. Walk yourself up, staying with the long leg, reached out long. The leg that's bent, bring it up even higher. Move that block out of the way. And then hook your opposite elbow to knee and twist behind you. So we still have this long leg, the same long leg, and we're just holding on to your bent knee, twist, look behind you, use your hand to help you twist. Stretch even your eyeballs, stretch your spine, make sure your spine is nice and long here. Good, 1 more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, unwind. Now we're coming into a heart opener. So the lower body's staying the same. And then you're just opening up through the heart. This arm that's on the bent leg, you can either hold on to it or you can tuck it on the inner thigh part and keep the elbow bent or straighten out the arm. Look behind that shoulder, breathe. 5 more deep breaths. Good. On the exhalation, gently unwind. Back to center, take both legs long. Wiggle so those seat bones are out of the way. Or so the flesh is out of the way and you're just feeling your seat bones. And then take the block, place it under the other side. Whatever side you did, put it back under the other side. Move the flesh out of your way. And then just start folding in, hugging onto your feet. Take a few more lifts side to side with your hips. We're just gonna stay in this forward fold with that bent knee on one side for 5 breaths, and then we'll move over to the long leg. Good, and now start hugging on just your long leg, the long leg side. So take the tension off of the bent knee side and put it both hands over to the long leg. Use any props that you might need to catch your foot. Good, and now hold on to the foot with just the opposite hand to foot, and the leg that's long, you're gonna stretch that arm out. Just looking behind you. With the same long leg to arm, stretch out behind you, reach, breathe. 5 more deep breaths here. Keep folding forward. As you reach that arm behind you, 3, 2, And 1, slowly come back to center, walk yourself up, take this block out of the way. Take the bent knee, hug it in, move the seat bones out of the way, and then hook your opposite hand to knee and look behind you. Good. Yes, try to stretch even your eyeballs. Spine is nice and straight, belly's in. Good, 1 more deep breath in. And on your exhalation, we're coming back to center and we're moving it into that heart opener. So you can take this arm, same arm to bent knee, bend or straighten, and then look behind you, opening up through the heart. This also really aids in digestion. Keep breathing, 3 more deep breaths. Good, on that exhalation, bring it back to center, cross your legs in front of you. And then we're gonna lift up into a tabletop position. Just start rounding and arcing, moving through your cat-cow, feeling into your breath body. Feel into your body, feel like where you might feel some tension. Try to breathe into it, try to notice any sensations that you're feeling right now. Remember, our body talks to us very subtly. So you have to just listen to the subtle little voices or feeling sensations that we may not notice until we slow down and listen. And take your time just moving through your spine, little movements side to side, not just forward and backward, also right to left. Feel where the breath feels the best. Usually I like to inhale in my belly when I'm arcing my spine and exhale into my back. But it might be a little bit different for you. So feel what feels best for you. Good, and then the next time that you come into that rounded spine, we're gonna stay here and now we're gonna consciously inhale and exhale into the back body as we make little movements or big movements, however you're feeling, just swaying around, almost like you're trying to make a circle shape with your spine. If you were painting with your back, be like a circle or an oval shape, moving through the hips, through the shoulders. And then as you feel guided, whenever you're ready, just reverse the direction of those movements. Good, about 3 more deep breaths into this. And then 1 more deep breath in. And come to center with a rounded spine, curl your toes and press into a downward facing dog. And this right here, I want to just lift up your heels and lower down. Lift up the heels and lower down. Almost like we're doing a walking the dog, but on double sides, on both sides. We'll take about 5 more deep breaths, just lifting and lowering through both heels, and then we'll start walking our dog. If you have too much blood flow to your head, feel free to come back into your cat-cow position, or you can come into a child's. Good, and then if you want, you can keep doing this, or you can walk your dog and take it 1 at a time. bending one knee and then the other knee. Good, about 5 more deep breaths here. And then we're gonna go from a down dog to an up dog or cobra. Good, and now when you're ready, start rounding your spine up. Move your hands a little bit forward if you need to, and then lower your lower body down. Cobra position or up dog. Come back into the down dog. Press it back. And then round up through the spine. And then arc into the cobra or up dog. Take your time, try to round through the spine in the transition. If you feel guided, you can stay in one asana, one pose, longer than the other. Otherwise, let's do about 5 more deep breaths, rounding and arcing through this. Cat-cow, or no, it's not cat-cow, down dog to up dog or cobra. And then we'll stay in our cobra and breathe. Good, you guys look really beautiful. Just feeling through your spine, the elasticity, the stretch and the strength. Good, and go about 1 more time through. And then when you're ready, find your up dog or your cobra. Relax your feet, so point your toes, and then just press all the way up, stretching out those abdominal muscles. And you can go side to side, looking side to side, or stay in the center, whatever feels best for you. Breathing through this. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, bring it back to center and press back into extended arm child's pose. Now find your block while you're here. Try to place your wrists onto your block and put your palms facing together. Lower your forehead down to the mat. There's going to be a little bit extra shoulder stretch here if you place those forearms onto your block. And then try to press your forehead down to the mat and just send all of your weight back toward your low back. You consciously press those wrists into the block to press all of that weight towards your seat bones into that low back. Now keep your right forearm onto the block. Take your left arm back and then look to your left side. Just place your face, your right side of your face onto the mat, and then see if you can bend the elbow on that left side and then just look behind you. So it's a stretch through the left shoulder. Look behind you, breathe. Right arm is staying onto the block. Good, and now switch it. Bring that left forearm back onto the block. Take a minute to reset through your spine, pressing the forehead onto the ground, all of the weight back in toward your seat bones. Breathe here about 3 more deep breaths, and then we'll move the right arm back behind us. Good, and then when you're ready, take that right arm back behind you with the option to bend the elbow and feel an extra shoulder stretch. Place your left side of your face onto the mat and look to the right side. Okay, this should feel really good. This feels like a really good shoulder stretch. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And on your exhalation, one more time with both arms straight out in front, those wrists resting onto your block, palms together, forehead onto the mat. Breathe here, 5 deep breaths. Resetting that spine, stretching it out all the way from your tailbone. Good, and on your exhalation, slowly bring your hands back under your shoulders, lift up your hips, bring your knees back under your hips, curl those toes, and take a downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths here, either walking your dog or just hold it. On the exhalation, bring your block near you, and then start walking your hands up towards your feet. So what we did before with the one knee bent, we're gonna do that again similarly in a more of a standing position. So it's gonna be a similar type of feeling, but this time gravity is helping us out a little bit more. So have your block here so you can rest your hands onto it if you need to. Start bending one knee and the other knee. And if you don't need the block, you can take it out of the way. So think of a walking the dog type of movement, but it's in a forward fold instead of all the way into the down dog. So it's really focusing on the low body and not so much in the shoulders. Good. Try to feel into all 4 corners of your feet, toward the big toe, the pinky toe, and toward your heels on both sides of your heel. Good, and then the next time that your right knee is bent, keep the right knee bent, keep the left leg long, and then start hugging in toward your left leg, just that left leg. Your right arm can gently press onto your right leg as you hug in. We're gonna start just in a folding into that left leg, then we'll add our twist into it. You might need the block to hold on to, but just focus on all of your torso going toward this left leg. 5 deep breaths here. Okay, now, if you want to, if it's available, extend your left arm up, the same arm to long leg. Look up to the ceiling. Keep that left leg straight, right leg bent. Open up. Good, 2 more deep breaths. Okay, now we have the option to bind this right hand. Take it in between the legs. See if you can catch your fingers behind you. So it looks like this, holding onto your fingers, or use that strap or some type of connective device if you need to. So now we're coming into the shoulder stretch while you still should be feeling that left leg stretching. 5 more deep breaths. Good. On your exhalation, gently unwind. Use that block if you need to. If you're feeling a little bit too much blood flow in your head, come up just a little bit and go back into the forward fold, bending one knee and then the other knee. Good. When you're ready, we're gonna switch our sides. So if you're with me, if I said it the right way, now we have our right leg long and our left knee bent. Make sure you're doing your opposite sides. And then just hug into your long leg. Make sure it's your other side and breathe into it. Use that block if you need to, if you like. 5 more deep breaths, and then we're going to bring the arm up. Okay, now if it feels good, you can stay here or extend the right arm up, the same arm to long leg, and use your opposite arm to press onto the leg to open up even more through the heart. 5 more deep breaths, and then we'll come into that bind. Good. One more deep breath in. And now you have the option to bind. Take that left arm, the one that's on the leg, thread it through, and then see if it's comfortable for you to catch your fingers behind you. Keep pressing onto that bent knee leg and stretch out the long leg. Good. 5 more deep breaths. You guys look good. Good. 1 more deep breath in. And then on your exhalation, gently unwind. And we're just gonna walk back into a downward facing dog. So hands onto the floor, walk your feet back, and you can either walk your dog or hold your down dog. We're gonna stay here 10 deep breaths. I know that's a long time, so if you need to come back into your forward fold, or you could come into a cat-cow. Good, 5 more deep breaths, and then we're gonna start coming into some sun salutations to get the heat going back into our body before we wind it back down. Good, 1 more deep breath. When you're ready, bend your knees, shift your weight backwards, and then either step or jump your feet up towards your hands. Place your hands onto your legs above or below your knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. And then very slowly round up vertebrae by vertebrae. So you come to that nice tall spine. Inhale, reach your arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive down, hands come under your shoulders, and then step or jump into that plank line. Deep breath here. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes. Inhale, press up. Exhale, back into the down dog. You can stay as little or as much as you like in your down dog. You want to keep moving through your sun salutations. We're going to be here about 3 minutes. Just moving through the sun salutations. Again, just staying as little or as long as you want into whatever asana, whatever pose feels good, or to just keep moving through it. Really making sure we have nice movement all through our spine. Maybe you start off a little bit slower and pick up the pace. This is up to you. Make this your practice. This movement through the body is so good for just that overall health and longevity. Feel strong through your body. Feel thankful and grateful as you move. And this is your temple. Your body is your temple. I try to start making those movements a little bit more exaggerated, a little bit deeper. Getting that breath, the life force pranayama, going a little bit more through your body. Think about animals. When animals stretch, really good. This is a really good start to the weekend. You're gonna feel nice and loose through your body, but still strong all the way through your day. Good, about 1 more minute. If it feels good for you, you can pick up the pace a little bit more. You should feel that heat start rising up, that inner sun, that inner fire within. Good. Let's go about one more time through. And then we'll meet in our down dog. Next time you come into your down dog. Just stay here about 5 more deep breaths. Whenever you get there, you can walk it, you can stretch out in it, you can move your feet on the tops of your feet, just whatever feels good. And on your exhalation, bend your knees, place your heels together. Your heels are going to start coming together, and then start walking your hands up towards your feet. We're going to take a chair pose. So you should have about a fist distance in between your feet. Squeeze your heels and your knees together. Bring the palms together and then your thumbs right in toward the center of your heart. Good. Tuck in that tailbone. 5 deep breaths here. Then we're going to twist. Move your head around if that feels good. And one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, take the right elbow, twist over to the left knee, and then just open up through that left side. Use your arms to help you. If you want, you could open up the arms, or you could keep the palms together, whatever feels comfortable. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently unwind that side. Sit back into the chair. And then when you're ready, go to your other side. Left elbow, right leg. Use your arm to press to help twist. 5 deep breaths with the option to open your arms. You could experiment with either way and see what feels better. Good, 1 more deep breath in. On the exhalation, gently unwind back to center. Place your hands onto the ground. Spread your knees out so that your arms are on the inside and your knees are on the outside. We're going to take a crow. So your hands are going to be flat onto the ground. See if you can start shifting your weight onto your arms. See if you can lift up one leg and then the other leg and balance. 5 deep breaths. And on your exhalation, slowly come down. Good. And we're just going to come onto our seat, finding the center of our mat. Find your block along the way. So we're going to lower down with our knees bent, Lower all the way down. Lift your hips up and then just place that block under your hips. Feel the gravity sink in towards your hips. Your shoulders are open. Just relax here. We're starting to prep for our Savasana. Start lowering that breath, relaxing it, letting it get slower, longer, and deeper. We're going to take about 3 more deep breaths here with the option to bind in about 3 breaths, and then we'll lower down into our Savasana. Now you can stay here if you feel really good. You can stay here, or you can lift your hips to take the block out of the way, and then start walking your shoulders together, interlacing your shoulder or your fingers to take an extra shoulder stretch, pushing into your heels, lifting up those hips. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, if you have the block, you can take it out of the way unless you want to have your Savasana like that. And if you have your hands binded, gently unbind them with your shoulders nice and grounded, and then slowly bring your vertebrae down, vertebrae by vertebrae, until it's nice and long onto the mat. Bend those knees, float them into a floating tabletop position. Bring your chin into your chest, and then lower down into canoe. We're gonna hold the canoe for 5 breaths, and then we're gonna release it into Savasana. Hold 5, 4, 3, hollow out that belly. 2, good. And 1, release into Savasana. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. And just feel nice and grounded through the hips, through the shoulders. Lengthen your spine, let your feet fall to the side, the palms open up. Just feel the gravity of the earth. Feel your breath focusing on the rise and the fall. Now taking your dominant hand, whatever hand that you write with, and start tapping the center of your forehead. And now taking both hands, tap the side of your temples, your peripheral vision. And both hands tap under your eyes and your sinus area on the side of your nose. And going back with your dominant hand, tap under your nose, right above your upper lip. And now staying with that dominant hand, tap the tip of your chin. And both hands tap onto your clavicle bones, right below your throat. And while we're here, we're going to take a big deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. And now taking both hands under your arms, you can go same side or you can wrap around. And now taking both hands, tap on the crown of your head. And then bringing the knees into the chest, give yourself a big hug. You can gently rock side to side. You can move it into a happy baby. About 3 deep breaths here. Good, and one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, take the hands behind your legs and rock yourself up into a seated position. Comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. We're gonna go 3 times up and around. Exhale down to your heart. That's 1. Inhale, reach up, stretch even your fingers. Exhale, bring it down. 2, one more time. Inhale, stretch, stretch, reach, good. Exhale, bring it into your heart center, thumbs to heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.